Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. My name is David. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my health a touch. Things have changed a little bit, I think for the better, but it's hard to tell whether it's for the better or for the worse. I can't really tell anymore, it's just too hard to figure that out. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about just current events and general life. I do respond to any comments. So if you have any comments on anything I'm talking about, do me a favor, please leave them below, and I will absolutely respond. And hopefully we'll both learn something more about any of this together. So the holidays are obviously coming up. Thanksgiving's gone. Christmas is coming. And I'm kind of excited about Christmas because things are a little bit different for me. I don't have to worry about the decorations or the gifts, even though I used to love going to the mall and actually walking through the mall and going through the process of shopping for things for people. I never really had the luxury of a list. So I had to always go through and try to find the most quality, most thoughtful things I possibly could, which I think I wasn't really that good at that. But I always enjoyed Christmas, and I'm looking forward to that coming up. I'm looking forward to not having to decorate everything, and then I'm looking forward to not have to undecorate everything. So I'm kind of excited about all that. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and Instagram or TikTok or some of these social media videos, and I'm seeing people like trying to bring the Grinch into a Christmas experience for kids and for people. And I think these people are the worst people ever. You know, the history of Christmas is there were pagans, and I don't know exactly what a pagan is, but pagans celebrated around the 25th of December because it's the day that the days start getting long again and they could start getting used to or hoping that it's going to get warm again. And I can totally understand that. I live in the Northeast and it's not freezing cold, and I know some of the Northeast has been laid under a blanket of snow, but where I am it hasn't been that snowy, and I'm thankful for that. But I can just imagine living in caves or not having heated blankets or just living in the old times. And again, like I said, I don't know when pagans were, but they started celebrating around the 25th because the days were getting longer and they knew that spring and warmer weather was coming. And then along came the Christians, and the Christians needed a holiday to hijack the holiday from the pagans. So their Lord, their Jesus was born, even though all the historical facts point to if there was a Jesus, Jesus would have been born in like April or May or something like that, much later in the year. But it was much more convenient for the Christians to just overlap the pagans' holiday, which I think is kind of interesting. We've been stealing even holidays for 2,000 years, 1,000 years. I don't know how long ago that was. But it just makes me mad that it made me mad when people started doing the elf on the shelf, because people celebrated the birth of Jesus. And I thought that had, like, it made sense. Like, it was a holiday that there was purpose to it. It had reason. And I actually used to go to church all the time, and Christmas made a lot of sense. And then these assholes came along and needed to try to up their game. I don't know whether it was for the kids or for themselves, but the elf on the shelf thing, which I thought that was just stupid. It was bad enough that there was one elf on the shelf, but I knew families that had 4 or 5 elves on the shelves. And how lame is that? We wonder why our kids are so fucked up, because you take a religious holiday that again was hijacked to begin with, and try to hijack that religious holiday with purpose, with stuffed dolls that it's ridiculous. Anyways, now they have these Grinch videos where people talk about the Grinches are going to come visit them. I can tell you that if I go to anybody's house and they're talking about a Grinch coming to visit them, I'm going to be telling those kids that the Grinches murder whole families. They start with the dogs and the pets, and then they murder the entire family. I'm going to terrorize those kids. So anybody I know that wants to talk about Grinches and have Grinch things, they probably should never invite me over. Don't invite me over to Christmas because I'm going to ruin it. It's going to be a bad situation. So I bought this new shaker cup, which I was going to show it to you. I bought a shaker cup for my shakes. It's kind of nice. It's a bigger shaker cup. It's a much wider top, even though it's been very difficult for me to get the top on and off, and sometimes even get the top popped off. It's a little bit difficult. I thought I had it right here, but I don't. Anyways, I bought this shaker. It's got a plastic, heavy kind of ball inside of it, so that when you actually shake it, it mixes up the powder much better. And I'm kind of getting used to it. Next video, I'll actually show you what it looks like. I just want to make sure that it works right. I have had a couple times where I haven't been able to get the lid off. So I don't want to show it and then not be able to get the lid off. I think that's kind of stupid. But I'm kind of really enjoying these shakes, these protein shakes that I'm having. I'm really enjoying them. I feel like I'm getting good protein. And the shaker makes a big difference. It's a lot easier. You know, if you buy protein powder online, a lot of these companies like to send you a shaker cup. And the shaker cup includes like a scoop with the powder. And the powder and the scoops that I've had, when I try to dump the scoop into the shaker cup, like the shaker cup is just a little bit bigger than the scoop is, and they make it real easy to dump half your shit all over the place, all over the table. And I just think that's kind of lame. It's almost like they do that to make it so that you waste a third of the entire bag of powder. So I was kind of happy with this new shaker cup that I bought. It's got a much wider top, even though it's almost impossible for me to get the friggin' thing off. And it's got this plastic ball inside of it that when you get all your stuff in it and shake it up, this ball mixes around in the shake and makes it so that the powder isn't quite as clumpy. So next week I'll show you the shaker cup and talk to you a little bit more about whether I'm having any problems still getting the lid off or not. So my eyesight seems to be getting a little bit better. Like, I can't really tell how it's going to be in the morning when I wake up. Like, one day my right eye will be very clear, my left eye will be kind of blurry, and then I'll start focusing my vision at the end of the driveway, and it'll clear up my one eye, and then my other eye I can't really see the distance. So it's a little bit sketchy how my glasses are working. I probably need to, at this point, get my prescription redone. I think that would make a lot of sense. I think my current diet now is I eat beef patties and cheese for the most part. I am eating a little bit of broccoli, which I'm not a huge fan of broccoli, but I feel like I need some vegetables. And I wanted to eat broccoli instead of carrots, I do eat some carrots, but I wanted to eat broccoli instead of corn and peas and beans. Even though I probably will end up eating corn and peas and beans. I feel like the vegetables is not necessarily helping me, but I feel like it's doing me some good. It's not like inside my body, it's just general health, I feel generally more healthy. But my eyesight is definitely, it's changing. I can't really tell whether it's getting worse or better. I broke my other glasses and I have this backup pair, and the prescription isn't exactly right, but some days, like, I can read what's on my computer, and other days I can't read what's on my computer. I can, or I can't, I can see the end of my driveway. Other days I can't see the end of my driveway. And I haven't quite figured out exactly what it is that's making that change. I don't totally understand that. I feel like my thyroid is, I don't know if it was like bad, or I don't know how thyroids go bad, but I'd read that your thyroid helps manage, or yeah, your thyroid helps manage your body heat. And I do feel like my body heat is more consistent. I can actually warm up, or I can obviously take blankets off, take my coat off, and cool down. But I was having the hardest time with my feet being freezing cold, my hands being freezing cold, my ears being freezing cold. And I'm not really freezing cold anymore. Of course, I'm sitting next to a heater, but it's been 15, 16 degrees every night where I live. So it's cold. I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to be heated. And I will say that I've really enjoyed having an electric blanket on my bed, because I'm able to get in bed at night and not worry about being cold. So I've been enjoying that. But yeah, this whole thing with my eyesight, I don't totally understand it. So I'm starting to see a little bit better, but the brightness on my computer is not, it doesn't really make sense. Like, I can turn my computer all the way bright and still have a hard time seeing what's on my computer. It's almost like the nerves in the back of my eye in different places make it so my eyesight just doesn't seem to be working right. My muscle groups do seem to be bulking up some. I bought that, like I was talking last week or the week before, I bought that 10-pound kettlebell, and I've been doing, like, every day I do some exercises with it. I pick it up over my head, which I know it's only 10 pounds, but my muscles are so weak, 10 pounds will wear me out. So I pick it up over my head, I do curls with it, and then I sit on the edge of my bed and I put it on the ground and I lift it up and try to get my triceps exercised out, and try to get my joints a little bit more limber. So I think that a lot of what I'm dealing with problems is glycation. And I don't know exactly what glycation is or how it works. There's not a lot of videos with this. But what I have found is that glycation, it's the sugar attaching to proteins in your body, and it can gum up your joints and gum up your elbows, and it gums up your joints is what everything that I've read says, which is a pretty good description of exactly what I'm dealing with. So I'm trying to stretch out and trying to get things stretched out and more. I don't know that you can actually get rid of glycation like that. Like, most of the stuff with glycation that I've seen, they talk about your skin drying up and the skin getting like a little bit old, which I've actually seen parts of my skin that doesn't look as healthy as it should. Like on my legs, I get very dry skin, and I would think that that's what glycation looks like. I don't know for sure, but I don't think it's just I don't think it's 'cause I'm not drinking enough water. I think it's glycation, but this whole glycation thing on the inside, and I know it has to do with the fact that I've been eating more sugar again. Like I said last week, I did add sugar back into my diet, and it wasn't like way too much sugar. Like, I would eat maybe a teaspoon or a couple teaspoons in my shake, or I would eat it probably 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar a day, maybe a tablespoon, depending on what I'm eating. And this is on top of the protein and everything else. And I was doing fine with it for a while. And then all of a sudden it like added up, and just all of a sudden my bones aren't snapping quite as much, but my bones got very tense and sticky. So I think it's glycation that's been really affecting me so bad. So now I'm back off sugar, back onto burger patties and cheese, and my protein shakes. And I'm using allulose to sweeten my protein shakes. I'm really enjoying the protein shakes. Like, I actually enjoy that. Except I had to stop adding chia seeds to it because that was not making it enjoyable. I'll tell you what I did buy though, is I bought dried lemon. Like, or dehydrated, it's a powdered lemon. And I haven't used it yet. Hopefully by this time next week I'll have used it. I bought the lemon because, I don't know, a month ago I bought these Hostess donut sticks that, I mean, quite honestly, they were delicious. They were just sweet candy treats. They were like donuts, little donut sticks, but they had like this lemon flavor to it that it didn't taste totally different than my shake. My shake actually tasted like it, except for my shake had no lemon. So I'm going to add some lemon to my shake, and the days when I don't want to have cinnamon or chocolate, I'm going to have a lemon shake, and I'll sweeten it with allulose. And I'm kind of excited about trying this lemon out. But I'll let you guys know how that goes in the next week or so. So yeah, my muscle groups. I'm starting to build some bicep and some triceps again. And I can see muscle in my legs, even though I'm still very thin. My legs are now more than just bones and joints. I actually have some meat around my legs again, which I'm happy. I haven't weighed myself in a while. But I'm thinking I'm not losing weight again. I don't think I'm totally gaining weight, but I'm definitely not losing weight again, which that's actually very good news for me. I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk about. So yeah, I'm able to keep the heat in my body much better. And this electric blanket that I put on my bed. Oh my God, this thing has been a life changer for me. Like, I actually enjoy. I look forward to going to bed at night because I know I'm going to be warm and toasty, and I have my iPad, so I'll watch a movie or something, and I'll just be so warm under that blanket. And it's nice because it's not like a super thick blanket, so I'm not under like 52 pounds of blankets. It's just a warm blanket. I'm pretty excited about getting to bed at night because it's going to be warm and I'm nice and cozy, even though it's 15 degrees outside. I'm nice and warm in my room, and I don't have to turn the heat up to like 70 degrees in my room, which is very nice. So if you guys know anything about glycation more than what I talked about, I would appreciate it if you would like leave me a note, leave me a comment, and tell me about what you know, if it's outside what I know. Because I think that what I'm experiencing is glycation, and I think glycation has been affecting me for a very long time. Even as much as I think the neuropathy has affected me, I think the glycation is a bigger part of it. I'm hoping some of these supplements that I'm going to be taking is going to help with it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I don't even know what to say about this whole thing with the drones in New Jersey and these ships that are flying around. I will say that it's very strange that nobody knows what the heck it is. And I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of things started happening before the 9/11 attack. They didn't know exactly what was going on or who was doing what. And the next thing you know, there was this huge attack and there was 3,000 people dead. And the government pulled $4 trillion out of the bank, out of the books. Or somebody stole $4 trillion. And I don't know, this, it all seems to be like rhyming up. They've got these supposed drone attacks from Iran or whoever, which I don't even know how they could do that. Are they going to fly it out of a spaceship? I mean, what the heck? I don't know. Anyways, it just seems to be very similar to just prior to 9/11. So I'm worried that there's going to be some huge event that is catastrophic, and they're going to be able to blame it on whatever is causing these drone attacks. They'll be able to blame it on that, which who knows who they'll pin it on. I think I saw that they were saying that, what is it, Iran or one of these other countries supposedly had a mothership somewhere that they were launching drones out of, even though there's no proof of that. Just like, again, like I said, like in 9/11, they had the news talking about who was to blame for 9/11 way before 9/11 even happened, even though they didn't do anything about it or they didn't prove it. All of a sudden, next thing you know, there was this huge event that, like I said, mysteriously $4.3 trillion disappeared off the books. And, I don't even know what to say about that. But it sounds just very similar to this whole drone thing in New Jersey. And now it's not even just New Jersey. Now I think it's New Jersey and down in the Beltway and in Pennsylvania. They're supposedly seeing drones all over the place. And then I saw some other things saying, oh no, those aren't Iranian drones, those are American drones. That makes sense. They can just launch American drones. Who's going to know the difference? And they'll say that it's some other country's drones. And then they have a perfect excuse when something happens and something horrible happens. They have the excuse. They've got the news already kind of propagating it out, and they've already talked about it. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, so the weather is definitely cold. I think it's going to be 9 degrees in the next couple of days. I'm probably going to have to make a fire in my fireplace and warm up. Otherwise, I'll be sitting next to this heater that I sit next to, and I'll be in bed under my electric blanket, just relaxing and chilling out. Hey, if anything that I talked about is interesting to you, do me a favor. Leave me a comment below. If you thought this was kind of an interesting post, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. If you're subscribed, you guys are awesome. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll talk to you every week because I post these posts every week, kind of going over my health update and what's changed, and for the most part, what's going on in my life. So that's about it. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.